Lights, camera, action.
You are now listening to the On Board podcast with Morgan and Ashley,
where we make boredom look good. Hey guys, welcome back to the I'm Bored podcast. As always, I am your host, Ashley, with my fabulous best friend, Fabulous, the one and only Morgan.
Hello.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We are episode 10. Welcome. We hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I feel like a fat cow.
Yes, today we'll be hitting the gym hard and the sales as we talked about last week.
But Thanksgiving is over. It's officially Christmas season.
Yes, I think it is officially Christmas, holiday, all the things. So as Ashley said, today's topic will be holiday themed, one of our many holiday themed episodes. We are going to dive into the unique challenges and joys of dating during the festive season, from navigating holiday parties solo to introducing someone new to your family. We're going to explore all the highs and lows and everything in between. Whether you're single, newly dating, in a relationship, we've got insights to help keep you and the holiday seasons bright and breezy. Plus, we're going to share our personal stories, practical tips, and a few laugh-worthy holiday dating mishaps to remind you that you're not alone on this holiday dating whirlwind.
Oof, that's a big one.
That's a mouthful. There's a whole lot that I'm just thinking of right now.
Also, too, launching all December, we're doing holiday confessions.
Ooh.
So, listeners, you guys can tune in. You can anonymously share your most memorable or most embarrassing, cringeworthy holiday dating stories, from awkward family introductions to unplanned mistletoe moments.
I don't know if I'm more intrigued or scared. A little bit of both. But let's get into the Would You Rather. We should make up a little song for that. Okay, here we go. Would you rather be single during the holidays and avoid all the drama, or be in a new relationship and have to figure out gift giving, family visits, and holiday plans on the fly? Oh, God.
I
think it depends.
I think it depends. I mean, I am single right now.
Right.
If I jumped into a new relationship in a month, I mean, it would be a little stressful, but I mean, I'm a love bug, so like, I don't know. But probably the new relationship. It is cuffing season.
It's getting cold out. I've done both, and I think it just depends on where, like, if you're fine at being single, I think that can be a lot of fun. Like, parties.
I'm good with all that.
Yeah. I think it just depends. Okay.
Would you rather find out your holiday fling is your co-worker's sibling? Hold on, let me take that again. Would you rather find out your holiday fling is your co-worker's sibling, or that they are your family's neighbor?
I'd probably take the family neighbor.
I don't care for either.
I don't know, the coworker. I just think back to days in the office, and I just feel like that would be very awkward.
Oh, I just don't care either one. I don't care who you're related to or who your family is.
Oh, we know you don't. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I feel like it'd be easier to deal with a family neighbor. I don't know, I'm just thinking of, like, office horror stories, that's why. It's probably some of my trauma. Anyway, moving on. Would you rather date someone who insists on matching pajamas every day of December, or someone who refuses to celebrate the holiday at all? I feel like this is a no-brainer.
I would take matching pajamas every single day.
I mean, who's buying these? Where are they from? But yeah, I'd still rather.
None of it matters to me.
It's just a lot of pajamas.
I love pajamas.
That's 25 sets of pajamas.
How many sets of Christmas pajamas?
On the first day of Christmas. How many sets do
you think you own?
I know that I own, well, I guess there's one that I kind of consider New Year's, and I kind of wear them all year round because it's like a pop, clink, fizz. You're like, wrap it up.
Find the point.
I have maybe, definitely 3 and then those, 4, well, 5. That's it. Yeah.
That's not a lot at all.
I don't really like pajamas.
You sleeping naked? Stock naked?
Underwear.
I love pajamas.
You and my sister.
That's
okay.
great.
Ask me another.
Would you rather bring a date to your family holiday dinner where they interrogate them, or be set up on a blind date by your mom at a family party? I feel like that's such a Hallmark movie. You go to the holiday party and your mom is like, "It's Harold."
Yeah, and it's only ever good in the Hallmark movie. So I'll take the first one.
Have you ever been set up on a blind date?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I've either.
I don't know if I feel like there's a lot of my life that I've pushed to the way back. Anyone else chime in? I don't remember that, so it didn't happen. That's a story for another time. Would you rather accidentally spill a family secret at your partner's holiday party, or get caught under the mistletoe with your partner's weird cousin?
I'm gonna take getting caught under the mistletoe, because you can always say no.
Yeah. You can always say no. I'll take that too.
Yeah, like, get out of here, Jerry. Or get out of here,
Harold.
Yeah, something weird. Some weird name.
Yeah. Bert.
Bob. Get out of here, Bob.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Would you rather spend Christmas with your partner's ex, who is somehow still friends with the family, or spend New Year's Eve completely alone with no plans?
Oh, well, see, I'd never be completely alone with no plans.
I mean, I don't care if it's me and my 7 personalities. I'm not doing that.
I don't think I'd want to spend with my partner's ex.
No, so like you go to a Christmas party and she's invited and she's there. No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, how long ago are we talking?
There's alcohol involved.
But like, what if it's like an ex from like high school? Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think I'd rather. I don't think I'd want to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'm trying to think if I've done that.
I don't know.
I feel like somebody I dated always had somebody around. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Let us know what you guys think. And if you have any fun holiday-themed would you rathers.
Yeah, we'll be doing them all month long.
Okay, so Clarice, you're single this holiday season.
Single and sparkling, if you will.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, single and sparkling. I mean,
we should put it on a t-shirt.
Single with like a glass of champagne.
Something.
Sparkle. But yeah, so how are you embracing the solo season? Because I'm sure a lot of people also...
I'm just focusing on me, getting a bunch of stuff done.
Yeah, you got too much.
Yeah, I got a lot to do.
Too much to even be like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm conversating with people. Mm-hmm. I don't mind being alone. Yeah. I think that's just... I think... How can you really be with somebody else until you can be okay being
100%.
Alone? So, I don't know. I'm fine. I mean, we have so many events coming up. We have so many friends to do stuff with. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just, for myself, like, the only time I was ever really, really sad was when I had just broken up with someone in November. It was like right after Halloween.
See, that
was devastating. And then I had to hear everybody going, "Oh, what happened? We still love you." I mean, I remember bawling in the kitchen. My uncle was like, look, I'm getting upset about it.
Oh my God.
It was just like really, really hard because like I thought I was going to marry that guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, it was so out of the blue. So if anyone, I feel you. Like on those situations, it's like, I didn't want to do anything. And then I got the stomach bug on Christmas. Throwing up, projectile vomiting.
Ugh.
And then I had the best year ever after New Year's. So there you go, there's that. But how would you...
That was a lot.
How would you... Yes. See, I could have used what you're about to give us. Tips for gracefully handling the inevitable. Why are you still single, or what happened if you broke up? Like, how do you navigate that?
I think what you just spoke of, when you're fresh out of a breakup, being single during the holidays is different than you got some time under your belt.
Yeah.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
That whole
You're
thing.
booked and busy.
You're booked and busy. You're hot and unbothered.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's different.
I pray that is what most of you are. If you're single, I pray that that's
yeah.
the situation.
But back to what you said, tips and tricks for gracefully handling the inevitable. Why you're single, questions at family gatherings. See, I think it all just depends on the family.
Oh, yeah.
My family knows. I mean, the whole world knows. We just did a season 1 podcast about the whole thing. If you're late to the party, go check season 1.
Go back and come back.
But, so that's nice for me because I'll get to avoid all of those things.
Yeah.
I won't get asked. That's, who cares?
So start a podcast.
Yeah.
Explain
Tell the entire world. You'll avoid all those questions.
or a book.
No, but I did come up with some great actual tips. If your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your sister, I hope you're closer to them than all of that, but if they are saying, why are you single? Even, are you not going on dates?
Lord.
3 key phrases, ladies and gents, for lighthearted deflection.
Good.
I'm just enjoying the freedom of being single right now.
And there it is.
The second one.
That also should be on a t-shirt.
Still waiting for the perfect person to come along, but until then, I'm having fun.
Yeah, that's good.
And the last one from lighthearted deflection, maybe I'm just too busy with my hobbies to date.
And then they'll go, what are your hobbies?
And I'm going to go cooking, writing a
Right.
book, doing a
That's
podcast.
good. So make sure you have things to list. I feel like also a lot of people will use the work thing, and like sometimes that works.
Sure. There's, the next 3, honest, but positive explanation. I'm focusing on my career and my personal growth
there you
at the
go.
moment. Why do you want to know, Aunt Tessie?
You got any money for me?
Exactly.
Money, please.
I'm not actively looking, but I'm open to meeting someone, but it's when the time's right.
I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
Because you're like not sounding bitter.
Right.
You're sounding hopeful.
And the whole entire point of this is these explanations, hopefully, depending, like I said, on your family member, will just stop them in their tracks. They're kind of right to the point.
Yeah.
It's not wishy-washy. It doesn't give them a chance to pry any further
Right.
about the relationship. You can answer all of these more about you and what you're currently doing.
Yeah.
Another great one that I love, I'm taking time to really get to know myself before recommitting.
I feel like if I had used that with my great aunt, may she rest, the one that left me her fur, she'd be like, you don't know who you are?
But again,
What do you mean?
right, but then again, then you can deflect and go
Yeah.
into that instead of having to talk about being single or being broken up with
Right.
or whatever.
No, that's a really good answer.
Direct and simple responses coming out of the Italian household. I haven't found the right person yet. Stop asking me.
I feel like I'd probably just use that at this point in my life.
Yeah, I don't have time. I don't have time.
Where's the stuffing?
I
Pass the
always
ham.
go, if they go, are you dating someone? I go, close your eyes and what do you see? Nothing? Okay, let's keep it that way.
Close your eyes. What do you see? Oh, God.
But the best advice that I can give for all my single compadres out there,
Yeah.
whether you're going through a breakup or you are just single,
Yeah.
set boundaries. If the
Okay.
question becomes repetitive or uncomfortable, you can politely change the subject or excuse yourself. I've done that before.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I love to do the, I'll be right back. Go in the bathroom.
Cry.
Don't come back. Come back after I've had a drink.
Don't feel obligated to explain. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation about your relationship status. And be confident. Even if you're actively dating, present yourself you're just happy and content with life and...
Yeah. I mean, I remember, like, having to do that whole, like, I'm happy and whatever, and... I mean, we've talked about this, the manifesting, and like, I think if you really put effort into work, hobbies, friends, family, you know, I still had a great time with my family and my friends.
Sure.
But I think these are good. Like, I wish I had had some of these because I get very nervous with what my response is going to be. Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure people are going to ask me. Why aren't you married? Don't you want children? I've now navigated the don't you want children. Mine is, do you have $1 billion for me? Because in this climate, I'm the fun auntie.
Sure.
But the married thing, well, Christopher, that's on you. But I wish I'd had some of these tips. So I think that was a really good segment. What to do when the holiday blues hit, because like I said, that one specific Thanksgiving, Christmas I was talking about, you know, people can feel lonely.
Sure.
You know, you're newly single, or it's just the winter blues. I always talk about how I have seasonal depression because the winter is not for me. So how do we help people with that, you know, if it just hits out of nowhere?
So, holiday blues come, you're newly single, or you just feel the winter blues.
It's cold.
In the winter, I love a sunlight alarm.
Ooh.
Yep. So, you can get it off Amazon. You set it, and if you sleep in pitch black like I do.
We do.
Right. So it mimics it being sunny, as if, you know, instead of the doldrums and the dreary, it's actually been known to lighten your mood, wake you up more naturally because you're waking up with like the sun coming in your window.
This. Yeah.
For the winter blues, find joy in the weather. Get outside, become a little kid again. Make snowballs, make snowmen. Do things you loved as a little kid. If that's staying inside, bake.
Yeah.
Bake. Watch Christmas movies. Watch cheerful Christmas movies. I don't celebrate the holidays, especially in the last 8 years with everything with the store, right? Like, retail season is insane. So I don't celebrate the holidays with family. So for me, it's more or less about being single and more about being like without family.
Right. Okay.
So I surround myself with my friends and do my own traditions or traditions that I grew up with.
Right.
Like decorating the tree, like making certain things, like watching certain Christmas movies that I've watched my whole life. And it makes it a lot easier and better. I also, you know, I always say travel if you can during holiday season.
100%.
You know where you don't feel alone? On the beach at St. Bart's.
With a drink in your hand.
And a hot, like, something you're not attached to running
in the
around.
sand.
Exactly. I think it's more about setting realistic goals and focusing on realistic expectations about finding what brings you actual personal joy, whether you're dating or not.
Right. Yeah, like what can you control the outcome of?
Yeah. How do you handle cold weather blues?
We all know I don't enjoy the cold. But I do have a lot of family traditions. Like my sister and I will go to that Christmas village that's over here. My family's actually coming to Old Town Alexandria with Camille's husband and his family. So we're doing, you know, Old Town's beautiful. We're doing that. I love driving around with Chris's nephews and looking at the lights. We used to do that as children. But also, this is busy time for us. I mean, we are at how many holiday parties?
Yeah.
There's always a Secret Santa. We do charity stuff. Like,
Sure.
this is not a time for me to sit around and do nothing at all. The content we film,
Sure. I also feel,
you know.
I also feel like there are things that I love about not being obligated. Mm-hmm. I don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn to open presents.
Yeah.
I'm a sleepy person. You know that?
She's a sleepy
There's nothing I love more than just attending a dinner that I didn't have to cook.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah.
So there are things I find the joy in that. Do you know? It's and I actually love it when my friends all call me and my godchildren call me and it's
Right.
8 a.m. because my best friends are like, don't you dare call her this early.
Right. Don't call Auntie Ashley at this hour.
But then I get to sleep in, and they've all. I literally it was 2 years ago that I started to reflect on that and be like, thank God I don't have to be up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's too early.
Yeah. No.
I do. I get those texts. It's like the group text with all my friends who've already been up for hours, and I'm waking up at 8:30, 9.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas, ladies.
Right. It's amazing.
Tell my children hello.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's good tips and tricks for how to handle it, right?
Yeah, I think it's great. Are you planning on doing anything this holiday season in terms of, you mentioned the Christmas Village. You know what also, to all of our listeners, and I think we should do it collectively, is a Christmas to-do list bucket list. Go ice skating, go to the Christmas Village. We could all do it and like check it off.
Yeah.
Go, have movie night at your house with your girlfriends, do Christmas movies.
Yeah, we should put a list together.
Yeah, and put it out. That would be really cute.
I mean, there'll be a time where I will go to Camille's house, we'll watch like all the old movies. I know you and I have talked about doing like a girls' night here, the Christmas Village, Old Town Alexandria. I'm going to New York at least twice.
Yep, I've got to go up to Boston for the Nutcracker.
That'll be fun. We always see the Rockettes with my mom, and then I'm going to see another show with one of my other friends, and because it's her birthday at the end of February, and she just has a newborn, so she wants to do. I was like, you make the itinerary, and we'll do it. So we're gonna do all the Christmas stuff. That's like December 4th. Obviously, Christmas in New York and Boston are like
great.
way. That's like, here's Baltimore, here's DC. It's like,
yeah,
they're up here with the level of traditions, and
I love it.
so it's gonna be packed for me. Yeah.
So I think we should do that for our listeners. We should do a to-do Christmas bucket list.
Yeah.
How to ring in the holiday spirit, solo or attached, but just like put together a fun thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Write in and let us know what you guys think should be on there.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Avoiding the festive frenzy when you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. How you're in a relationship. I've been in a relationship, but I am pleasantly out of a relationship. How do you suggest ways to prevent the holidays from putting unnecessary pressure on your relationship status? How will you navigate why aren't you married?
Oh, he loves to, last Thanksgiving, his nephews asked that question at the table.
How old?
8 and 6.
Okay.
Or now they're like 9 and 7, yeah. And he just sat there like this.
Red flag.
That's his. He's like, why do we need to talk about this with everyone? And I was like, okay, Christopher. Anywho, here are some tips that I found online. And I agree with a lot of these. You want to set priorities. Focus on quality time with your partner quality time rather than quantity. So, and my boyfriend works a lot during the holidays. He works a lot all the time. But I think they're saying, even if it's a couple hours at a Christmas village or ice skating.
Right, instead of just sitting on the couch looking at your phones.
Correct. That where you can schedule a tradition to do instead of just, walking through the mall or shopping or whatever. Communicate. Have open communications about your expectations and needs. Share appreciation. Make an effort to notice and verbalize the things your partner does for you. That's a key one. Take breaks. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to politely decline an invitation. So if your partner's says, we got invited to this from so-and-so.
That's you, because you could go out every night
If I've already said yes to 3 things in 1 week, 4 is too many. Well, we'll see if I do.
And take a break from the events, not from your relationship.
Correct. That's a whole separate episode. Practice self-care. Take time for yourself. And then, keep the bigger picture in mind. When you're arguing about decorations, remind yourself that you're enjoying each other's company. That's more important. And consider your values. If you feel stressed, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 months, 5 years? These are good. I'm going to have to come back to this list. Because, I feel that I could use this already, currently.
So now let's talk about tips for bringing a date to holiday events. How to strike a balance between mingling and spending time together. I think you have to date someone who can hold their own.
Okay.
It's so important that you aren't glued to each other the entire night. I think one of the signs of a healthy relationship is you can go out and network, glance at each other across the room, lock eyes, feel that sexy, flirty tingle, and go back to having a conversation. I think it makes the sex so hot, too, when you go home. Because it's just like, where have you been? I've missed you this whole party.
Yeah.
I also think that your partner needs to be briefed on any drama or chaos that is involved in said friend groups so they don't put a foot in their mouth.
Right.
I think that that's fair on both sides.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, for me, I'm trying to think of, there was one person specifically that I dated who, his personality was very similar to mine. We could talk to anyone. And it was almost like it was kind of, oh, where have you been the whole night? Because we didn't stand next to each other at all. So I think you're right, having that balance. But the worst is when you bring someone and they just hover by you and they don't speak.
Oh, and they can't have a conversation? Yeah, it's brutal.
Or they talk and they are extremely blunt or
have
crass.
no social tact.
Either no social tact or no social filter. So I think that is key.
You don't bring that person. This goes back to a couple episodes ago where it's like, if you're going to bring somebody, make sure they're socially aware.
And also, is this a dinner party where it's couples and it's an equal amount of people sitting around a table? Or is this a huge party at someone's 5-story home where they can kind of do their own thing? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's because, not everyone is as outgoing and chatty as us. So if it's a smaller thing, I think you could bring someone that's not as outgoing. But if it's a bigger thing, okay, maybe it's fine. But I can't stand the hoverers or the clingers.
Yeah, I need to be able to be with somebody who can hold their own for sure.
It's a no for me.
I always find navigating holiday events together interesting. Hopefully your person, either if they don't care about the holidays as much as you do, hopefully they're still, sure, I'll go, up for it.
Right.
It might not be super important to them, but hopefully it's as important, or they tolerate it, or something along.
They're not a Grinch.
Right.
Or a Scrooge.
So, here are some ideas for making the most of holiday parties, family gatherings, and festive dates.
So we came up with a list. I think creating a holiday calendar
For sure.
with all the things you must do, kind of like what we said about the to-do or the bucket list. Ice skating, decorating the tree together, Christmas movie night. For family gatherings, decide whose family you're going to do first, or at all, like way ahead of time.
Especially if you have to travel.
Right, which we have recently done. I said, this is what we're doing for Thanksgiving. Are we seeing your family? All that stuff. Do you match your outfits for events? Is that something you do?
I don't.
Or you have done?
I don't match as in we're both in the same sweater.
Right.
But
That's what we need to do.
Yeah. But I definitely color coordinate. I also think the thing about planning out your holiday month, it allows you to say no to people
I need to do that.
because you go you can see it. You put it into perspective.
Yeah.
But also it's just more about creating core memories.
I know.
Right? Like, I feel like everyone gets so caught up in the shopping and the this and just taking time to slow down.
Slow down in December? How?
By doing these events, Christmas movie night, making cookies,
Yeah.
decorating the tree, it gives you a chance to slow down. So for every 2 events where you're out, you have one like zen, still holiday event.
I feel like this is when it comes in handy to have either a husband or a child or a pet. Because if you don't want to go to something, you can
Sorry,
just...
I can't.
My dog needs me. My child, like, I can't tell you how many times, even at work, I wish I could be like, oh, my kid is sick. My husband.
Yeah.
I know that's terrible to say, but December is huge because it's not only Christmas and New Year's, but it's also one of my best friend's birthdays. And it's just like...
It's not my birthday.
One of them, the one that just had a baby. I'm already just like, I feel like I'm breaking out into hives.
Already?
People have already been, weekends are already booked. It's a lot.
I'm going away.
See you, Clarice.
You know where you're never upset? Vienna.
Well, we might be doing Norway, not sure, but I would, 1 year it is going to be a tropical Christmas for me.
I don't love it. I like tropical for New Year's. New Year's, hit me with I'll ring it in a bikini on the beach. But Christmas...
Santa and the palm tree.
Yeah.
That's for me.
We're so different in that sense.
I love it.
When you're with your boyfriend at events, do you guys play like any like inside joke games or anything like that? One of my favorite games to play is if you're at a holiday party, if it's like a work event or something like that, and you basically make up like mock scenarios and they're like outrageous, and it's who came together and who's gonna leave together.
Okay.
And it's so funny. It's like when you finish each other's sentences. So I'd go, I bet you she came with, and then you'd go, the guy in the green, and I go, I bet you he has a weird thing with, and you'd go feet and you just keep going. And it's so funny. It's so stupid.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really funny.
It is really funny. Do you have sex in public places?
No.
I hear ya.
We don't. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah. You've never had sex at like a holiday party in the bathroom?
With someone I dated.
Oh.
Not my current partner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's really big though. So like
Yeah, I feel like he thinks he can't get away with it.
Yeah. I mean, height-wise,
Stretch a little more.
I wasn't
Maybe
ready.
no, I think that does have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Because
He's a big dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Santa also comes down a chimney.
Santa comes.
And he's a big guy. Ho, ho, ho.
You just want to be his ho.
I think that's I love that game idea.
It's fun. You can also play it like in the airport.
See, I feel like we did do something like this in Norway, where I just said, let's people watch and make up weird stories.
Yeah.
And we did it for a little bit, but I want to do it at a holiday party. But what about this? This just came to me. What if someone's asking you, like, say you're in a group of people.
Sure.
And maybe they're his friends or maybe they're my friends. And we just both start telling a story where it starts out true, but then I'm just like adding on things that aren't true and see who can laugh first.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How far would you take it?
Oh, I could.
She could go all the way.
My face can be like this. Yes, I was butt naked on Norwegian transportation.
And then a barracuda came out.
What is...
It's a fish.
Okay, I'm like, no, that...
You're trying to get people to laugh.
I'm like, well, it's Norway.
Is it like 2 truths and a lie?
Maybe, yeah, that'd be good. 2 truths and a lie, guys.
You just gotta keep it spicy.
Yeah, you do.
You have to be with someone who's secure enough to let you mingle.
Oh, I mean, that is the one thing I will say. We are very good at that.
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
Because ain't nobody got time.
Nobody has
to
time.
be hounding.
No.
I think what we would say as, a final takeaway from this episode is holidays don't have to be a pressure cooker on your dating life.
Yeah, I would agree.
Embrace the season, as you said. Focus on, focus on your happiness. And remember, love isn't a one-season deal. That also would be a good t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Whether you're single, dating, or somewhere in between, make it a holiday to remember for all the right reasons.
And for you.
For you.
That's important. Make it a holiday for you.
Like you said, the joy in the things, all the other things, work, your hobbies, your friends, your traditions.
Yeah, perspective is a powerful thing. I also find, as a last little tip, is no matter what, it's always good to give back.
Yes.
So if you feel horrible, go to your local soup kitchen. Try to, because listen, nothing puts into perspective the holidays than helping the homeless.
Yep.
Go, I volunteered at the ASPCA, seeing all the dogs that have no one.
I was also, that was a really good point. There's always somebody with the box for old coats or old shoes, toys.
Sure.
I mean,
people who can't afford to eat.
Nothing will make you more appreciative of being alive and well than seeing that.
Yeah, altruism goes a long way, for sure.
I agree.
Well, that wraps up episode 10. Good luck shopping and finding deals.
Yes.
Don't forget about our holiday confessions. Send. We will talk about them anonymously every episode.
Yeah.
If you want to be featured with your name, we'll say it, but we're not planning on giving away the tea.
No. Keep those coming.
Yes. So don't forget to send in for that. You can follow the pod on Instagram at theonboard.podcast, TikTok at the.om.board.pod. You can email us at ashleyandmorgan@theonboardpodcast.com. Listen to us on Spotify, Podcast Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. You can follow Morgan at Morgan Fabulous on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow me at @Clarks_life on Instagram and TikTok. And we love being your Friday. We'll see you next week.
Happy shopping, and let's start the Christmas season.
Yeah, God. Cuffed? To cuff or not to cuff?
Ooh.
That is the question. We'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.
You've just listened to the On Board podcast with Ashley and Morgan.